Hello, friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and God2, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
Shy dog saved from euthanasia just in the nick of time when Special Angel steps in. Written by Heather Riggleman, read by Adam Staten. A shy dog saved from euthanasia just in the nick of time by Special Angels is now a completely different dog. And this animal rescue story just goes to show the difference love can make. There is no such thing as fate. There is such a thing as God writing our stories. In the stories of our lives, He directs our steps. He plans for the good and the bad, and He sends people into our lives right when we need them. That's what happened to an 8-month-old golden retriever named Darla. How she got to the kill shelter in Texas is anyone's guess. As a puppy, she had yet to be trained or know what love feels like. Sadly, on a hot July day, she was set to be euthanized because of the overcrowding at the shelter. To make matters worse, she was so frightened. She couldn't walk. Instead, she was placed in a wheelbarrow in order to take Darla to her scheduled euthanasia appointment. This sweet, precious little dog was facing death. Fortunately for Darla, her roll to death happened to pass by an angel in disguise. Claire Collison, the director of National Operations for Austin Pets Alive, was working that day at the shelter for a vaccination clinic. She turned from what she was doing and her eyes locked on Darla. Claire also knew it was the time of day when animals would be put down to make more room at the shelter. But Claire knew she needed to step in. Claire offered physical affection, and Darla soaked up even though she was scared of everyone and everything. Claire snapped a photo of Darla and sent out a plea to fellow animal lovers, asking for donations to help get Darla fostered, while she made arrangements to take her to a no-kill shelter. That's when everything fell into place to give Darla a second chance of life. This sweet dog was saved from euthanasia. She was added to a transport flight already scheduled for a Colorado shelter. After she arrived, she was immediately placed with a foster family. When she arrived at her foster family, Darla's defenses fell, and gone was a dog, too scared to walk. She wagged her tail and enjoyed all the love and affection her family gave her. Claire added, "The pictures and video we got of her are pretty incredible. We knew Darla would be fine, but it happened within minutes. She never wagged her tail in the shelter, but she was wagging her tail immediately at her foster home." The precious pup went from facing death to having a second chance at life. While she's waiting to meet her forever family, she is busy chasing toys. Thank God for the love He shows to all of His creations. An upright man has thought for the life of his beast, but the hearts of evildoers are cruel. Proverbs 12:10.
This is my skyship, Dreamer. My cargo is stories, and our destination, dreams.
With Abide Sleep Stories for Kids, you can help your children fall asleep fast and learn about God. To find these kids' bedtime stories, go to lifeaudio.com or search your favorite podcast app for Abide Stories for Kids. You can also download the Abide app for more biblical meditations at abide.com.
This new Wendy's Frosty flavor is way too exciting to keep under wraps. It's a brand new, first-of-its-kind flavor. Get this, pumpkin spice. I know, right? It's so good. It's rich, it's cozy. It's the perfect flavor for some fall Frosty time. Watch, everyone will see it and jump on the bandwagon. Grab a never-before-seen Pumpkin Spice Frosty or Pumpkin Spice Frosty Cream Cold Brew today when you choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Limited time only. Participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable.
She was told her son died at birth, but 42 years later, he turns up on her doorstep. Written by Adam Staten, read by Adam Staten. After more than 4 decades, a woman has been reunited with a man stolen at birth, her son, who she was told had died. Parents love their children and want nothing but the best for them. Any significant amount of time parents are separated, unable to hug their children, can feel like a lifetime. For most mothers and fathers, a weekend without their kids can be too much to handle. One woman, Maria Angelica Gonzalez, went decades without seeing her child due to lies she was told following her son's birth, according to Fox News. 42 years ago, Maria gave birth to a baby boy in Santiago, Chile, but the outlet reports that soon after Jimmy Lippert Theiden's birth, he was whisked away from his mother. Hospital workers took the newborn from Maria. Jimmy states in a video posted on YouTube that the doctors told his mother he needed to be incubated. Maria never saw her baby boy again. She was told that her newborn baby had passed away. But, as Jimmy explains, thanks to online research, he was able to track down his mother. I was able to find her because of the DNA through myheritage.com, Jimmy said. Jimmy hopped on a plane and traveled thousands of miles. At his destination, the now lawyer who resides in Virginia met his birth mother for the first time. As one could expect, Maria and Jimmy's reunion was an emotional moment filled with hugs and tears. The video shows Jimmy with a bouquet of flowers walking over to Maria as the two envelop one another in a long and overdue hug as both shed tears of joy. Jimmy told Fox News that his mother said he had no idea the oceans I've cried for him. He added that she laid awake praying that God let me live long enough to learn what happened to her son all those years ago. Jimmy and Maria were separated as part of a child trafficking operation, a counterfeit adoption. Fox News reports that during the 1970s and 1990s, thousands of babies were illegally taken from their mothers in the South American country. But now we still have faith, hope, love, these three. And the greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians 13:13.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.